Hey everyone! Normally I do unboxings on the main channel, but these days I try to integrate them with the review. I think that makes more sense since the video becomes more interesting overall. So basically I like to make, one better video if I can instead of splitting things up into two. I'm not going to do a review on Shantae and the Sirens, so I figured the unboxing can go on this channel instead. Shantae is a Metroidvania style platformer which I find a lot of fun. I really like how this type of platforming is mixed together with a cast of cute girls and lighthearted humor. Metroidvania games also often go, towards a darker slant in terms of the look, so I do like the more cheerful and cartoony appearance of this game. I think that makes it stand out compared to, games that are similar to this genre. I also really respect the creators' persistence in making the series a success. The first game, which was for the Nintendo Game Boy Color, really bombed hard. Yet they stuck with it. And since I don't have any physical examples of Shantae games in my collection, I figured maybe an LE would be just a thing. This is the limited edition Switch version made by Limited Run Games. Overall, it's a pretty cool package. The box is decently big, which is nice. The front features artwork with Shantae wearing a coconut bikini. I like the image because it looks like she has got ears or something, like with those bunny ears. The rear end is pretty nice as well. Since it's so big, all the screenshots, graphics, and text don't ever get too cluttered. There's plenty of space for everything. It's laid out pretty well. There's some cool things there, like for example the characters along the top, and I also like the interesting designs on the side. I like how well it blends in with the water on the cover image. Since you're probably going to look at the box at an angle with one of the sides visible, you really don't want to have something too attention-grabbing on those side panels. The box is also glossy and has a premium feel. The inside is interesting. Everything is held in place with what I like to call elaborate cardboard scaffolding. It's cool that they went through the effort to actually make those inserts look good. I kind of find it funny how the star things at the bottom look really similar to the Subaru logo, if you put an oval around them. Inside we find the game, a steelbook, soundtrack, cards, poster, a Game Boy Color cartridge, which isn't functional, and an acrylic stand to hold up said cartridge. The game case has Shantae right in the middle with the other characters in the background. It's a pretty cool design that manages to contain a lot of characters without being cluttered. What helps is that the illustration is surrounded by the dark underwater background. It reminds me a bit of the Super Neptunia RPG cover art. It has a similar effect. The back is very similar to the LE box. The only big difference is the Shantae illustration. In fact, it's the same as the LE front cover except here she's in her regular outfit. The inside has the game cartridge and even a manual. It's actually not really a manual, but a character showcase, and it's in color, which is good to see. The steelbook is quite well done, at least I really like it. Shantae on the front and the gang on the back. The main part of the illustrations are glossy, while the background is matte. I think it's a neat way to establish visual hierarchy. It's like a vignette but with textures. The inside has the illustration that was used to announce the game. It was only known as Shantae 5 at the time, hence her hair forming the number. Good to see that they preserved that bit of art by throwing it in here. The original soundtrack is housed in a jewel case. It features a slightly revised version of the game cover art that positions characters in a way that is more suitable for the squarer form factor of the CD case. The back has the track list with Risky Boots on the right hand side. Insert pirate booty joke here. They really went all out with the rear end focused art on this game. The disc has a pretty funky design. I like how the outline around Shantae radiates outwards in various colors. The background image with Shantae, Sky, and Roddy Tops in swimsuits is surprisingly detailed with more elaborate shading compared to the regular art style. But this little plastic thing really gets in the way. It's like obscuring half of her face. But what else are you gonna do? The disc needs to be held in place somehow, I guess. The Game Boy Color cartridge is interesting. I'm not really into non-functional cartridges, but I still think it looks cool as decoration. Just don't get too close because all the internal bits are clearly fake since they're just printed on. Yeah, the battery and stuff, that's just all flat. It has a stand, which you need to assemble. It's difficult getting the protective paper bits off the large acrylic piece. I used an X-Acto knife to lift one of the corners, so if you're having problems, try that. There's also cards included, but they aren't playing cards. They are monster cards, which you can equip to get certain traits or buffs in the game. I think that's pretty cool since it's basically in-game items made real. The finish is really textured. It's like I don't know, like, you know how like a burlap sack is, but like dipped in plastic. Sounds a bit weird, but that's literally what it looks like. There's also a poster which is reversible. One side features a scene found in every beach episode of any anime ever, and the opposite side has the characters dancing around in coconut bikini outfits. It is 18 by 24 inches, just in case you're wondering. It also came with a collectible card which has a holographic border effect. It wasn't actually in the box, but rather packed along in the shipping box with the LE. Overall, I really like this limited edition of Shantae and the 7 Sirens. I quite like the art style evolution since Half Genie Hero. There's a bit more detail in some ways, like the line art, yet features a slightly more simplified shading technique compared to what you'd see in the previous game. Also, despite this limited edition not really featuring anything super unique in terms of included items, except maybe the cartridge, I do think it's one of the better LEs I have. I like the art style, the design elements are all laid out very well, the colors are well chosen, and the quality of everything feels good. So that's that. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you again soon.